Good evening, everybody. If you'll shut those doors back there in the back for me, I would appreciate it. By the way, that lobby's full. Y'all need to come on in. Thought it was about 10 till. So we're going to have a little bit of fun tonight for Mother's Day. If you want to call it fun, some might not call it fun, but I call it fun. We are going to be doing some interviews. We had one so worried about it, they got sick today and couldn't do it. And it's all right because I kind of think they're sick a lot of days, but in case you're watching, she ain't, yeah, she's sick, she can't watch. We're going to be doing some interviews, and the first one we're going to have, Tori Payne is going to interview Stephanie Payne. So if you all will make your way up.
Hey, I'm Tori.
I'm Stephanie.
So I have a list of questions. Women that were at the women's thing a couple weeks ago probably know how this is going to go down, but I'm just going to read them, and then she's going to answer them. Question 1.
I can't hear her.
Question 1.
Oh, there, and I can.
What is your favorite thing about being my mother? We do have a 10-minute timer.
You said you wanted me to stretch this out, so.
Well, I have 10 questions, so
wow. Okay.
you have 1 minute.
Okay. When you come home and give me a hug.
Solid.
So you should do it more often.
You want to see it? Okay, question 2. What is the most challenging thing about being my mother?
That you're Kenny Payne's daughter.
Also solid.
I love you.
That's funny, because question
You know.
3 says, what are some ways that you see yourself in me?
When you're precious.
Yeah. Final answer, no more?
When you come home and give me a hug. The way you think through things. You have a lot of my characteristics in good and bad ways. That you don't just fly off and go with your hard-headedness. You think through it and how it will affect other people.
Correct. Question 4, tell me about the day I was born. It's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but I remember it very well. You want like the full version, the 1-minute version? I had just gotten up to go to the bathroom, came back to bed, and then my water broke. I ran back to the bathroom. I sat there for a long time. Then I went and yelled at Kenny. Had to yell a lot because he was sound asleep. And he said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yep." So we got all our stuff, went to the hospital, got all hooked up, and you exhibited your first characteristic of your dad in that you were not coming. My body said you were, but you were not, and you didn't, and you didn't, and you didn't, and you didn't. And so at 10 o'clock that night, because that was like 6 o'clock in the morning when we got there, and they induced, because I wasn't doing anything, and I was fine until they started putting that medicine in me. If you know, you know. And 10 o'clock, I had made no progress at all. I mean, none. And doctor said, we're going to have to do C-section. I said, do whatever you got to do. Get her out of me. I'm done. And so after midnight, which Carol was really upset because I went into labor on Carol's birthday. And I had Tori at 12:43 a.m. on Tori's birthday, not Carol's birthday. And Carol said, well, he could have taken her in there earlier, and he really could have, and I would have been okay with that. But you have your own birthday, thanks to Dr. Holder.
What was the weather like?
It was really warm when we went in. It was really cold when we came out. That's how I keep track of when the weather's going to change. That first few days of October is when the weather is really going to change, because I took a little bitty onesie in to bring you home in, and it was freezing cold when we left. So,
Question 5, what was my name going to be if I was the opposite gender?
I have no idea. That was really too long ago. Do you remember? No.
Tell Taylor you wouldn't know.
I have no idea.
What are some hopes and dreams that you have for me?
Are you ready to hear this?
I don't know.
One hope is that you will find the job that will bring you fulfillment and also give you a future with things like insurance and retirement and some stability. I also hope that you will find some guy that will sweep you off your feet and make you feel like a princess. I'm not real sure that he exists, but he might. So I pray for him.
I don't know either.
Because I would like to have grandkids someday by both you and your brother. But I want from both you and your brother. So
Okay.
Those are some hopes and dreams I have for you.
Question 7. These are my questions. We're done with their questions. These are mine. Question 7. If you had to choose one parenting mantra for yourself, what would it be? Like a saying for yourself based off of the way that you parent.
You be you, but be nice doing it.
Solid. Question 8, right? Question 8. Was there something that your parents did when you were a kid that you swore you would never do yourself? And did you or did you not do it?
The only thing I can think of that as a memory from my childhood that I didn't like was how formal our dining time was. Like if you chewed with your mouth open, Dad knew and he would call you out on it.
Amen.
And it was very, very formal. We never had that problem at our house. I think we may have eaten at our dining table, I don't know, 100 times in your lifetime. So
Yeah, we definitely had enough distance to not hear the next person chewing.
couches and TV is pretty much where we ate.
Yeah. Okay. Question 9. What was my most frustrating phase so far?
I can honestly say that there has been frustration with you in every phase. Just like there have been joyful times in every phase. I live in the here and now, not in the past and not in the future. And so I could only speak to my frustration right now, which is that,
Come home and hug me more.
no, my frustration with you is that you don't have a real job.
I make money.
You open that can.
No one tell Hamlins. Question 10, and final, but there is a bonus. When I was little, what did you think I was going to be when I grew up?
Well, your Mimi swears that you were going to be Miss America. I really didn't have a clue. I just hoped that you'd grow up to be somebody that people wanted to be around.
Mimi also told me growing up that I should be a lawyer because I could argue with a tree, just like my dad. Shout out. Okay, bonus question and last, easiest. Who's really your favorite, me or Tate?
He turned me off, and I said him. I said, right now, Tate, because he lives at home. And I get to see him more. And I get more hugs out of him.
That's all, that's all.
Tori stood up and said, "This is over. I'm finished." All right. Good job. Good job. Now we have Seth and Sophia. You guys are up. Give them a hand.
Now.
Is mine on? Okay, sweet.
You can turn yours off.
Oh, I can turn mine off?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, first question. What is your favorite thing about being my mom?
I enjoy spending time with you and laughing. We laugh a whole lot. A whole lot. I enjoy car rides when I'm driving. I don't know. We just laugh a lot. I enjoy the fact that you are an encourager. You're just fun to be around. I just enjoy you.
Okay, second question. What is the most challenging thing about being my mom?
You know everything. I mean, everything. You can't be told that you're wrong.
You're not wrong. It's very true. What are some ways you see yourself in me?
You know everything. Your sense of humor, you're hard-headed, you enjoy being around people, just stuff like that.
Tell me about the day I was born.
We had to plan, schedule the day because my grandma was a missionary in Africa, so she was going to fly home for it. And so they were inducing me. I don't remember a lot of details. I do remember they induced me, and like Stephanie was saying, you just would not come. So they ended up doing a C-section. I remember that, and there you were. And there was a lot of pain then and a lot of pain now.
What was my name going to be if I was the opposite gender?
Elizabeth.
That doesn't even make sense.
I don't remember what it was going to be. I had 2 boys. I figured the third one's going to be a boy.
What are some hopes and dreams you have for me?
I hope you finish school. I hope that you learn early that it is worth it to invest time daily with the Lord and walk with Him from the, now forward, and not wait until you're my age and decide that that might be the best route. I hope that you find a good woman, that you choose wisely, because that's a mistake you live with a long time if you don't. Ask your brother, ask your dad. No.
Okay, so if you could go back in time and talk to your younger mom self, what would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself to chill out with my first two and not be so intense with raising them, because it was much easier with you as I was older and more relaxed in it. More whippings. Just stuff like that. The good stuff. The basics.
Okay, last question. Who's your favorite? There's only one correct answer.
The dog.
That was it.
Are we done?
Yes, we're done.
Good job. All right. Now we're going to have one of the most beautiful young ladies in the world, Caroline. She asked me how I was going to introduce her, and I told her that. So, and she's going to interview her mom, Allie.
First question. What is your favorite thing about being my mother?
My favorite thing about being your mother is watching you. It's kind of my favorite and least favorite thing, watching you interact with other people, because depending on who they are, sometimes you try to be really cool, and that is literally cringeworthy. But whenever, but usually you're really sweet and kind to other people, and I love seeing that, and it makes me really happy inside. You are incredibly helpful. You clean, it's like me and then you clean like almost as much as I do in the house.
Better than Dad?
Yes. You're pretty awesome, so it's fun being your mom.
Thank you. What is the most challenging thing about being my mother? You're going to have a lot of this.
No, I don't have a lot. I have one thing. It is that hole in the middle of your face. You don't know when to keep it shut.
That is true.
And it has proven to be our greatest challenge thus far. 100%, without question. In fact, this is the quietest you've ever been, but go ahead.
What are some ways you see yourself in me?
You don't get to talk. Well, yeah, so definitely the feistiness and the hard-headedness. I have learned most of the time when to keep my mouth shut, so I'm hoping by the time you're 33 you will too. But just know that whenever I'm 50, however old I'll be, I can still take you. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. The way that you don't, like, if you have your mind set on something, you're going to make it happen, even if it doesn't go as great as you want it to. And sometimes you can be extra sassy, and sometimes I can be too.
That's true.
And we have a really short fuse.
I don't know what that means.
Get mad really easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about the day I was born.
Okay, so we actually went to see the doctor, and they sent us to the hospital to be induced. This was also on my Mimi's birthday. They had told me it's not happening today, so we knew that was not going to happen. Oh gosh, just like Steph said about Tori, you were the same way. You were not coming. So we went in on October 2nd. What day were you born?
October 4th.
Yeah, so we were there for a really long time, laboring. It took 36 hours.
Wow.
But thankfully, you did go ahead and come on. You did wait until my epidural had ran out to really start coming on. So that was challenging, but there you were, red hair and all. Actually, it was kind of black then, but it turned red really fast. And then we all got scared.
What was my name going to be if I was the opposite gender?
So I knew she was going to be a girl. Like, I just knew it. So we didn't really talk a whole lot. The only name that I wanted, your dad had not given the blessing. I wanted to name you my maiden name, so I wanted to name you Pain. But he was like, so you might have been Pain. It would have been fitting.
What are some hopes and dreams you have for me? What are some hopes and dreams you have for me?
So honestly, at this stage in life, I just hope that you love the Lord and learn to serve Him. And then so many people have commented on my shirt. It says, "Be a nice human." And I wore it today because other than that, it really is like the best advice I can give you. Just be a nice human. It goes so much farther than you could possibly imagine. I do hope that you find, God bless him, a man that will love you and be a great husband for you, and that you have beautiful little children so I get to sit back and watch you deal with them.
Okay. Where would you want to go for a personal vacation?
Personal, so you're not there.
No.
Okay. That's really hard. I think I would want to go probably somewhere in Europe, probably. I don't know. That's a hard question. Probably somewhere in Europe.
What's the most trouble you've ever got into?
Let's see. Okay. This is ironic. Okay, so shareable is when I was 16 or 17. It was New Year's Eve, and at that time, I might have been 15. I don't know. No, I don't think I was driving it. I think I was 15. And I was really good friends with Ashley Morgan, who, I don't think she's here. Is she here? Okay. She's not here. So she was older than me. And so I was with her that night. At the time, my youth pastor lived next door to Pop Pop and JoJo, and where Mimi and Pops live.
Oh.
Okay, they lived there. And they had thrown a party, and I had told him, hey, I think we're gonna, I don't know what we did before, and then we were gonna go there. And so we were there, literally like, I don't know, 20 yards from their house. But if you're ever at their house, we don't get good cell phone coverage at their houses. And so he had called me, checking in on me. It didn't ring. I didn't answer. It was right next door, and I got grounded for I think he said 2 weeks, but he could never remember when I was grounded, so it was 3 days. But he was so mad, and I was literally next door at my youth pastor's house. I was a pretty good kid. I didn't get in trouble.
That's the opposite of me. Okay. How many children were you planning to have?
That's a weird question, but when I was growing up, I always said I wanted to have 4 boys. But I don't know if you would say that's a plan, but I don't know. 2, probably realistically, and then we thought, you know what, we're gonna get a boy, and we got Griffey, which we wouldn't trade her for anything.
Growing up, what did you think you wanted to do for a living?
Well, when I was your age, I wanted to be a grocery store checker-outer person, cashier. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a psychologist or social worker of some kind, and then I started that in college and then transferred into worship.
Nice. That's the last question.
Good job. Now we have Wesley and Wanda Stewart. Come bring it down, y'all.
Are you nervous? Okay, don't be nervous. I got easy questions. I just wanted to start off, like the kids' videos this morning, like brought me back to like my childhood, and you were always my biggest fan, and always cooked me yummy food, and I love you, Mom. So, question number one. They're going to sound familiar. What is your favorite thing about being my mom?
Okay. The favorite thing about being your mom is watching you compete, watching you succeed at so many things. He would strive and strive and strive, and he wouldn't stop until he had succeeded in doing whatever he wanted to do.
I think I got that from you.
Oh, well.
What is the most challenging thing about being my mom?
Well, you were a lot like your dad, hard-headed. Oh, he did. When he made up his mind to do something, that's what he was going to do. That's what he wanted to do. No changing. And that was a little bit trying for us.
So, what are some ways you see yourself in me?
A lot. He was always very competitive. I was very competitive. I came from a family of 9. I was competitive. I was very athletic. He's very athletic as well.
Yeah, you taught me how to shoot a jump shot. I remember just like out in the driveway, and I think she moved a chair out, and I was probably like 7 or 8, and she just had me out there dribbling around this chair and jumping as high as I could and shooting it. Tell me about the day I was born.
It was a real nice day. Didn't have any pains or any problems all day. March the 1st. I felt really, really good all day long. We were building our house, and I think my mother-in-law, his grandmother, and I had to go to Muskogee to get some supplies or something. So we made a trip to Muskogee, and I was still feeling fine. We got back home about 6 or 7 o'clock and went into labor, and he was born at 9:09. So it was good. And then when we came out of the delivery room, I have a large family. We came out, the doctor brought me out, and about 50 people were there. It was on a Sunday afternoon after church, They probably weren't 50, maybe 30, seriously. So it was a great day. Everybody was happy. There had been a lot of girls in my family, and so he had been the first boy, the first baby boy in quite a while. So it was a great day.
What was my name going to be if I was a girl?
Okay, I was going to name him Julie Lene. Nobody ever knew that. I don't.
Never heard that before.
I don't think your dad even knew it. I don't think he.
Probably not. He probably didn't know what my name was going to be anyway. What are some hopes and dreams you have for me?
Well, he has fulfilled a lot of the hopes and dreams. We always wanted him to go to college and finish college and to find a good woman for him to be his wife and to have children and to raise and nurture them in the Lord. So I'm proud of Wes and Anna for doing that. So that's one of my biggest things that I've always wanted my children to do.
All right, good. So these are going to be a lot easier for you, I think.
You have more?
I've got some more. So we got 4 minutes left.
Okay.
So this is going to be like a get to know Wanda. So what was your occupation?
I was a school teacher for 34 years.
And where at?
I taught school at Warner Public Schools.
Go Eagles. 34 years. So how many children do you have?
I have 3 children.
What are their names?
Jennifer Kay Taylor, Wesley Mack Stewart, and Grant Hudson Stewart.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
I love music. My favorite thing is music. My first thing is gardening. I love flowers. I love to work in the garden, and I love to do music. I love to sing, and I love to play, and I love to listen to music. And I like to sew. I don't do very much sewing. I like to play with my grandchildren.
Okay. All right. So
I like to cook, but it's not as easy as it used to be.
what would be my favorite dessert that you make me?
Your favorite dessert? I would probably say apple pie.
Good answer. When's the last time you made an apple pie?
Well, it has been a long time because somebody in our family took over that job. Somebody started looking on the internet and practicing. They're here tonight.
And
they do a good job.
So what's your like if you were to take a pie to a family dinner, what's your like secret? So you have a special secret you'd like to tell anyone?
If I were to prepare an apple cobbler or an apple pie, the main thing really is buy good apples, prepare them well, and mix them with love.
Have you ever bought a pie and then put it in your pie pan and taken it somewhere? You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that. All right, we'll go on. All right, so this is going to be rapid fire. Rapid fire, okay? Paper or plastic?
Paper.
Coke or Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper.
Flip-flops or sandals?
Sandal.
Buckles or Velcro?
Both.
Both. Okay, good. Pizza or burgers?
Pizzas.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Wes or Grant?
That's not fair. That's not fair, is it?
All right. We got a minute. So, speaking of Grant, he was always in trouble. And, you know, you had numerous ways of spanking him, like switches, belts, yardstick, fly swatter. What was your go-to? What was your favorite one?
Oh, my favorite. I can't believe this. Well, years ago, Larry used to work at for Merv Arnold, and Jerry Arnold had a shop out in the mall out there, Shadowwood Mall, and Larry got me this little paddle. It was the shape of a hand. It was about 10 inches. Sometimes I use that, but
I really remember, we had a bunch of we planted, when I was little, they planted a bunch of pin oak trees. We always had fresh green switches, and they work really good.
Well, good.
So
I'm glad. I'm glad they worked.
that's it.
All right.
All right, we're moving to a different category. We're going to some, we had two, but, Shelby Carbone is sick. Not that everyone didn't already know that, but she's ill, okay? So she can't be here to interview her mother-in-law, Kathy. So we will do that next Sunday morning. Clay is going to come and interview his mother-in-law, Dana.
Is it on?
Is this thing on?
Can you hear me now?
Hi, Chief.
Hi.
I'm Clay. This is my mom-in-law, Dana, or AKA Chief. Why don't we just start off? Who won the War of 1812? I'm just kidding. Why don't you?
You think I was alive then? Is that what you're saying?
No. Why don't you just give us a quick rundown? What you do for a living? Tell us about your family.
Holy moly, that's a lot. What do I do for a living? That's the easy thing. I am a banker and have been most of my adult life. I took about a 5-year hiatus and still worked in finance, but it was for a manufacturing company. My family is complicated and wonderful. My oldest biological son is Dylan. My biological daughter is Leah. I have a stepson, John David, and I have a almost 6-year-old, William. And my favorite son-in-law that I've ever had.
Not a lot of competition.
It's okay.
What is your earliest recollection of little Clay Harrison Payne?
Okay. I remember being at the softball field.
I didn't play softball.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. Allie and Leah were playing softball, and there was this kid, and he was so stinking cute, and he was walking over from the baseball field, and he had little freckles in his little baseball uniform, and I thought, that kid is super cute. And then I realized that you were Allie's brother.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. Fast forward, I'm not good at math, a little bit.
A little bit.
What is
Oh, no.
what is your first recollection? Do you have any recollection or memories of the first time I came back into your life later, in later?
Well, when Leah turned 16, Phyllis had a birthday party.
I remember
that?
Yeah, I do.
And you came. And I thought, "Ah, what a nice guy. He came to my daughter's 16th birthday party. Little did I know where we were going from there. But
There was karaoke.
there was karaoke.
I sang.
It was my mom's karaoke machine. How cool is that?
Are you
I'm
serious?
serious.
I sang in Bunny's karaoke
You
machine.
did.
Yeah.
How many grandmas have a karaoke machine?
I know. Not well.
That's what I wanna
She's
know.
kind of a standalone. You know, she's
Yeah.
standalone. Okay, very cool. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save that one for come back to that one. What is your favorite thing about being my mother-in-law?
Easy. The way you love my daughter and your kids.
Yeah, that is easy. That's
Yeah.
a good one. What traits? This is going to be more specific.
Oh, okay.
What traits do I have that you wanted for your child in a spouse?
Wow.
Besides the good looks,
Yeah, the
and
good- yeah.
it doesn't. Yeah.
Well, you love the Lord and you follow Him. That's, that's not just a church answer. That's what you want for your kids. And you love her well. You love Leah well. You love people. And you have a great sense of humor.
Do you laugh at my jokes?
I laugh at your
Okay.
jokes all the time.
Serious question. Do you think you baby Leah?
Do I baby Leah?
Yes.
Ooh. No. I think we're pretty straightforward.
Do you think she babies you? Do you think you baby Dylan? You don't have to answer that. We're moving on.
I think she can take it.
Right. What traits do you see in your grandchildren that you saw in Leah? Are there traits that roll over?
Oh, heavens, yeah.
Let's hear it.
Competitiveness is alive and well in your family.
Is that a good thing or?
It's both. It's
Okay,
both.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Hard-headedness, strong will, kindness. I see it. Helpfulness. I could tell you a story about Leah was going to take out somebody in her elementary school because they were being mean to one of her friends, and she came home and said, "If I get in trouble, this is why." And I can see Ike and Roman totally on top of that. So, yeah.
Okay. I pulled this one out of thin air.
Okay.
Tell us from your parenting time of her being a younger kid. Is there any specific moment that just really stands out from her growing up years?
A specific moment. Wow. Well, her brother brought up today that she almost beat Fort Gibson in basketball single-handedly because she's going, because she got angry and upset and frustrated. But no, I can't really think of anything real specific.
Okay, that's fair.
She's mad at me.
If me and Leah were stranded on a deserted island,
Okay.
who would play the bigger role in our survival, and why do you say that? Go ahead, I can take it.
Okay. Leah would because of her innovativeness and her ability to take something and use it for some other purpose.
She's crafty like that.
She's crafty like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
You are, babe. Good for you. Do you think you played are you crafty like that? Like, are you a...
She got it from my mom.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, it came
okay.
from my mom.
Who would play me in a movie about my life?
A movie. Okay.
Who would be the main star?
Uh,
I don't even want to know what was said over there.
the main. Let me think.
Yeah, you take a minute. Take a minute.
Okay. For some reason, Harrison Ford just keeps coming to mind. I don't know.
I like that. My middle name is Harrison.
Exactly.
Toby on This Is Us.
I don't.
Nuh-uh.
That means nothing to me. I don't watch that show. I'm sticking with Harrison Ford.
I
And
like it.
Leah has a major crush on Harrison Ford, so. Never mind. I was going to say I wear an Indiana Jones outfit every now and then, but. Okay. Last question. No. Second to last question.
Okay.
So, we're going on a family vacation.
I can't wait.
I know, right? My household, Chief's household, and the Jamesons are going to the beach for 5 days or 6 days in June and staying all in one big house. What are you most excited about speaking of that vacation? What are you most looking forward to?
Well, other than the beach part of this conversation, just all of us hanging out and being together, and yeah.
You think anything will get broken in the house?
There's always that possibility.
Yeah, there is. Okay. Last question. If there was an apocalypse, would you be prepared and walk us through your preparations?
Well, I can't tell everybody.
Keep it subtle.
No, I would share with you guys. I might have a little bit of a food, some food stored back, things like peanut butter and, I do have an outdoor cooking facility, which we used today and was awesome.
It was its maiden voyage, right? It was the first time it had been cooked on?
Yeah. So,
And you have a plan.
Yes.
It involves stealing, but we're not going to get into it.
We're not going to go there. But, it involves your homestead that you got going on out there. So I promise to bring the food.
Not that Chief's a doomsday prepper or anything like
y'all.
that. We're not
really
trying to put off some weird kind of thing, but she has a lot of jars in her house with things in them that she could throw in a bag and run out the door with in case things get really nasty in our world. So if you got any questions about that, you can see her after this and she'll give you some pro tips. I think that's it.
Okay.
So we wanted to do something a little different for the Mother's Day night service, and I think we succeeded. You all did a great job, everybody. Thank you for doing it. Y'all give them all a hand. Thank you for being here. For those that aren't aware of this, Joy's sister Carlene passed away last week, and her funeral is going to be here Wednesday at 11, so y'all be in prayer for that and the family. And other than that, we have a pretty normal week coming up. We have graduation Sunday next Sunday. And Clay, do you have any...
I'll be posting tomorrow chili, soups, desserts, and it'll be on our TBC Growing Together page, looking for sign-ups. So just be looking for that. Let us know what you'll cook. Support the kids, please, and make a dish. And bring some money.
all together here. Anyway, yeah, we this is for the senior trip, chili cook-off / since Larry, got all out of sorts last year because white chili won. Love you, Larry. He said, that is not even chili. And Erica said, I won. So now we're having a soup category and a chili category. Okay, that's next Sunday night at the lodge. And we need some entrants. If you think you're bad and you're ready to show it, make chili and enter into the chili cook-off. If you win, you have 12 months of bragging rights. All right? So remember that, and if you'll stand, I'll dismiss us in prayer, and we'll be dismissed. Father, we thank you for your grace and your mercy, and we thank you, Lord, for our moms and just honoring them today, God, and we just ask you to continue to bless them, not just on this special day, God, but every day. We ask you to be with us as we part from here, God, and may all we do bring glory and honor to you. In your name we pray. Amen. Thanks for being here.